Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Icam out there pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of us so called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations. They may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line of your lineage goes back to you being a so called black, Hispanic, or Native American, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Hey, Shalom. It's your brother Halak from the GMS Denver camp, coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah, with another lesson. And we're going to jump right into it, man. This is Mark chapter 3, verse 23. It says, "And he called unto him and said unto them in parables, How can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end." And the reason I bring this out because I have an article here from End Time Headlines, and it says former ABC News political journalist says a Trump win could result in unprecedented nationwide mental health crisis. And why is that? Is because this country, this kingdom, is more divided than it's ever been before, and that lets us know that what we're in the midst of America falling, man. You see, to the point to where if Donald Trump gets in, it's going to cause people mental health crisis. And the thing is, this is the thing. It doesn't matter who gets in office, man. There's gonna be some shit. Whether if Donald Trump gets in, it's gonna be some shit go down. If Kamala Harris gets in, it's gonna be shit going down because what at the end of the day is the Most High's will. No matter who gets in, no matter who sits on that seat, it's going down regardless, man. According to biblical prophecy, you see. But this just shows you these Americans are divided more than they've ever been. Now it goes on to say, so that was the headline. It says what Mark Halperin, who now works at Newsmax and previously worked for MSNBC and NBC News as both a journalist and political analyst, made the prediction in an episode of the Tucker Carlson show in which he sounded the alarm about the potential psychological impact of a second Trump presidency. Why? Because the left, these people who are on the left, they're dreading Donald Trump getting in the office. But the thing is, on the flip side, you have the right who are dreading Kamala Harris getting in the office. So once again, it doesn't matter who gets in there, man. There's going to be an even greater divide coming, and this shit is going to lead to what turmoil here in the land of America. You see, you can say this Trump shit all you want to, but either or, either or, man, is going to be some shit going on because you got to understand these red-blooded, right-leaning Trumpomaniacs, they're not too pleased with this woman who they think is a black woman sitting in the seat of a president. They're not going for that shit. And you already know from the last election, you had all the rumors going around that it was rigged, that Donald Trump actually won. That shit is not, they haven't forgotten about this. So once again, if it's Trump or if it's Kamala Harris, whoever gets in there, it's gonna be more tension. It's gonna be more turmoil. Now we're gonna show you what he says in this article. So he goes on to say, matter of fact, because the right is thinking that Trump is going to heal Babylon, and the left is thinking that Kamala Harris is going to heal Babylon. But it tells us what? Yep. Jeremiah 51:9 it says, Jeremiah 51:8 it says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, let us go every one to his own country, for the judgment for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. And this is what it is. You got the people on the right, people on the left thinking that their presidential candidate is going to be the one to heal America and bring it back to some type of glory, and they're sadly mistaken. You see, America is in the midst of receiving judgment from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah for all the wickedness that goes on in this place. You see, this place will never be healed because that's not what's laid out in the Most High's prophecy to come to pass. Every day that passes by is a day closer to the complete fall and collapse of America and ultimately the destruction of this place. Once again, and it doesn't matter who sits on that seat as the president. It's all going to end how the Most High says it's going to end. Complete chaos breaking loose, and then ultimately fire and brimstone raining down from the heavens in the form of 200 million thermonuclear warheads, man. That's what's coming. No matter who gets in office. You see, you people on the right and on the left are hoping in vain, man. The only outcome for America is uh, completely, complete and utter desolation, man. Complete and utter destruction. That's what's coming. Now it goes on to say, Halperin said he believes that if Trump wins, it could lead to a profound shift within the Democratic Party, calling it the greatest mental health crisis in the history of the country. After Carson asked, "Are you being serious?" Halperin replied, 100% serious. He emphasized that the ramifications of such a crisis will require increased access to mental health professionals, citing potential workplace trauma and rising rates of alcoholism and broken marriage. People gonna lose it, man. These people are hey, and the thing is, this is the sentiment on both sides. The right is dreading Kamala Harris getting in there, and the left is dreading Trump getting in there. Once again, whoever wins, man, it's gonna be some shit to go on. You see, because ultimately, it's just two wings of the same bird. It says what in the Book of Revelation that he had two horns like a lamb, but he spake as a dragon. It doesn't matter who gets in, man. They're all for the same agenda. You got these people on the right believing that Trump is against the deep state, that he's gonna, you know what I'm saying? No, he's a puppet, just like Kamala Harris is a puppet, just like all the elected officials are puppets of the international banking elite. It doesn't matter who gets in; they're still gonna push forward the agenda of the elite. How do we know this? Because that's what's laid out in prophecy, man. Now it goes on to say Halperin, who has covered every single presidential election since 1988 and co-authored the book Game Change, chronicling the 2008 presidential campaign, elaborated on the depth of the crisis, saying, for many Democrats, Trump's presidency represents the worst possible outcome. The psychological toll will be sustained and unprecedented. I don't think the country is ready for it. You see that, man? People, hey, it says he also raised concerns about potential violence stemming from this crisis. You see that? It says what? I think there will be workplace fights and confrontations at social events and protests that could turn violent. He warned it will be a failure to understand how this could happen, akin to a traumatic personal loss that leaves people struggling to process their feelings. You see that? So they're telling you if Trump gets in, there might be workplace fights, man. And the same thing goes if Kamala gets in, because I feel like those if Kamala does win, I feel like the fucking Trump maniacs are gonna fucking lose it. Above all, man, all these people walking around with these "Make America Great Again" hats, these different militias who are fucking completely behind Donald Trump because they wanna save their precious America and uphold the Constitution. You see, they are going to lose it. It's gonna be crazy out here. You see, no matter who gets in, man, it's going to be the same outcome. Now, what else we got? Okay. It goes on to say, despite the grim predictions, Halperin expressed hope that Trump might recognize the potential fallout and act responsibly in his leadership. I hope he chooses his words and appointments wisely, seeing that minimizing the mental health crisis aligns with success of his presidency. Looking ahead to the possibility of a Trump loss, Halperin acknowledged that the outcome would largely depend on the nature of the defeat. If Trump loses narrowly, his supporters may perceive wrongdoing in the electoral process, which they were saying last election. It was rigged. Trump really won. This is what they were saying. If it happens again, they're gonna lose it. It says what? It says, if Trump loses narrowly, his supporters may perceive wrongdoing in the electoral process, which could exacerbate the psychological impact. He suggested that transparency and clear communication from leaders would be essential in mitigating any unrest. But there's nothing that you can do to stop it. You see? Halperin concluded that by noting the importance of bipartisan efforts from state governors to address potential conflicts and uphold public safety, if losing candidates clearly express if losing candidates clearly express their desire to avoid violence, and if governors remain vigilant, we may minimize the risk of unrest. He stated, "It's gonna happen, man. You can't stop it, and we're gonna show you what's coming." It says, however, if these measures are not taken, I am deeply concerned about the potential for violence, regardless of the election outcome. There it is. There it is. There could end up being violence regardless of who gets in, and I feel like there will be. I feel like there will be violence if Kamala Harris wins over Trump. These red blooded, American flag waving, Second Amendment loving Edomites are going to lose it, man. You see? What else we got in here? Fuck it, we'll just read the rest of it. It says, Halperin's grim assessment of potential scenarios resulting from a second Trump administration was largely echoed in statements he made earlier this week, in which he suggested Trump would defeat Democratic nominee Vice President Kamala Harris if the election were held today. There is no doubt in my mind that polling that the polling as I've characterized it this week is accurate. The It says, there is no doubt in my mind that the polling as I've characterized it this week is accurate. That right now Trump will win, and that the numbers are moving in his direction. Halperin said in a segment on Two Way, an interactive platform where he serves as editor in chief, citing problems in each individual state with different demographic groups. Halperin said there is confidence in Mar-a-Lago, concern in Wilburton, and greater concern amongst Democratic elected officials who I hear from daily asking me what I know and telling me explicitly and through their questions they are worried. You see? But this is what it is, man. And at the end of the day, it's all leading up to what? Regardless of who gets in there. It's all leading up to civil war, man. You see? So this is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. And that could be what? This was it November 5th, if I'm mistaken? This could be the beginning of a civil war popping off. As we get closer to the time of the election, man, more and more tensions are going to be raised. It's going to be raised more. You see? And ultimately, it's going to lead up to what? It's going to lead up to a civil war popping off. This is what's coming. This is what's about to happen. This is what the Most High has laid out in biblical prophecy, man. And it must come to pass. Because once again, this country is the most divided it's ever been. You see, shit, probably since the Civil War. You see? And it's not by coincidence, man. All this is happening because it's the Most High's will. This is what we've been trying to tell you people. All these different things that are going on in the world right now, well, shit, over the course of the entire human history has been according to the Most High's will. This is what the Most High said was going to play out from the beginning, man. Declaring the end from the beginning. This was already laid out to happen, and here we are at the beginning stages of it. And it's just going to lead to more. It's going to lead to what? More chaos and unrest, no matter who gets in. As old boy just told us in the article. You see, this is the only outcome for this place. Now, while war is raging in the streets of America, what else is going to be happening? Because there's more prophecy on this, man. Already there. Second Esdras 15:4. It says what? Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. These are the times that we're coming into. And next month could be when it pops off and its fullness. It pops off and just intensifies. But this is going to happen. People fighting against each other. Left wingers versus right wingers. You see? Fighting against each other. The red versus the blue fighting against each other. Civil war. And you know, this is going to be a great excuse to come after so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. People out in the streets in the most armed country on the planet Earth. Guns drawn. You see? Destroying one another. This is what Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah has planned to unleash in this country. While everybody else is just walking around, you see, everybody's just walking around, state of oblivion, not giving a damn. You see, it's war raging all throughout the earth right now. And you think America's not going to be touched by that? Sadly mistaken. War is coming to this land, man. The Most High is going to cause you people to fight against each other. Watch and see. Verse 16 goes on to say what? For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. You see that? What is sedition? Let's look up the word for sedition. Oh yeah, this app don't let me do it. Piece of shit. So it's sedition goes into uprisings against the government. You see, and we hear people all throughout cyberspace voicing their opinions about the current government, voicing their opinions about Donald Trump as the presidential candidate, voicing their opinions about Kamala Harris as a presidential candidate. These people are fed up. We're on the brink of civil unrest, and it's going to get to a point to where these people are not going to give a damn about an elected official. We already had an incident, what, last year, where they broke Nancy Pelosi's house and smacked her husband with a damn hammer. More of that shit is going to happen. You see, as these cities fall into a state of decay, the people are going to go after the elected officials. Hold up, we just seen that shit happen earlier this year. The movie Civil War came out, and what were they doing? They were fighting this war, and you had one side trying to get to the president. You see, this is what's coming in real life. This is what you people are about to experience, and it's going to be complete chaos in the streets, man. So it goes on to say, Second Esdras 15:16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, the governors, the mayors, you see, the president. They're not going to give a damn about none of that when the time comes. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. It's going to be lawlessness, anarchy out here. You see, the society still has some type of structure to it where you just can't go out here, guns blazing in the streets and nothing happened to you. Well, guess what? That time is coming because there ain't gonna be no fucking emergency services. Ain't gonna be no fucking police officers to show up to the scene. That's how crazy it's gonna be out here. And the people are gonna take the power into their own hands. and shit is gonna get real bloody. You see, it's gonna be some shit out of a movie. You see, but it's gonna be worse when you're experiencing it, man. Verse 17 says what? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. You see that? Why? Because when all hell breaks loose and this society goes into a state of complete decay, they're gonna what? Institute martial law. They're gonna send in the troops, and there's gonna be curfews. And we just saw them pass. You see a bill that what? They're able to use lethal force on American citizens. So that lets me know that what? When they do come with this second lockdown and they do initiate martial law, as we know is going to happen according to prophecy, they're going to be given what? Shoot to kill orders, man. This is what's coming for all you people who are thinking that this is a game. For all of you who are thinking that this is a game, this is what's coming. This is what you're about to have to live through. And a lot of you people are not going to make it. And it's all judgment from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man. You see? Shit is about to be shut down. Shit is about to get real rough out here. You see? And we're coming into the cold winter months, and that's the perfect time. You see? It's all going to happen. Verse 18 tells us what? For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. You hear that? Because of your pride, because of your arrogancy, because of your open rebellion toward the Most High, this is judgment coming upon you. The cities are going to be troubled, man. That's going to be the last place you want to be when all hell is breaking loose out here. In the cities are going to be the goddamn, the fucking gulag. I don't even know a word to describe it. The cities are going to be just completely mad, man. You see? And you might be smiling and smirking right now, thinking that, oh, this nigga crazy. But the day is gonna come where all this is gonna happen, man. And that day is close. You see that? It's gonna be crazy out here. And it says, what? Men shall be afraid. All you niggas out here trying to act like you're tough guys, and you see, thinking that you can't be touched. You men are gonna be like bitches out here, man. Like women. Because of what Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is bringing upon you. Verse 19 tells us what? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. You see, because they're going to cut off your access to these different resources. Because the end game is to do what? To have everybody chipped. But before they do that, man, they're going to bring you people into a state of suffering, cutting off all the resources, which is going to cause what? More tensions, more violence to break loose, cutting off your access to food, cutting off your access to water. They show you that in the Civil War. You see, they were having water protests in the beginning of the movie, and you had a fucking suicide bomber run in the midst of it with an American flag and blow themselves up. This is the type of shit that's coming, and it's all what? It's all Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah bringing judgment upon you wicked ass American people. You see, it's gonna be so bad out here. You're gonna have people going into each other's homes with guns out, robbing each other, murdering each other because of a lack of food, because of lack of water. But you can still go to Costco right now and think shit is good. You can still go to Walmart, Target, wherever you shop at, and think shit is good because you see food there. But we're telling you, the day is gonna come Well, those cupboards are gonna be bare. You see, those storehouses are gonna be found empty. It tells you. It also tells you this in the book of Second Esdras 8. Yeah, Second Esdras. It tells you that. Yep. Second Esdras 6:22. It says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses, which are your grocery stores, your Costco's, your Sam's Club, so forth and so on. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." You see that? This is what's coming, man. This is what Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is about to bring. And it's all judgment. And this whole election shit can be the spark that ignites it. And Lord willing, it is. So we can move on to the next stage of prophecy. And hopefully get the fuck up out of this place once Yahweh Shai returns to deliver us, man, if we be a part of that number. But this is what's coming. And once again, it don't matter who sits on the seat. It's all going to end the same way, man. You see? It's all going to end the same way. And so with that, man, I'm going to end it by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, and a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai has created us to do. With that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Abba.